Hello friends, this is Deepak here, and today I have Gaurav Bhai with me. Now Gaurav is actually a mortgage broker. So those of you guys who might be new to the United States, mortgage brokers make it easy for us to borrow from various different sources. Like for example, typically if you want to borrow money for your house, maybe you go to your local bank, right? But local bank can only offer you products that they have. They cannot, like for example, if you go to Wells Fargo, they cannot give you a product from Bank of America or Citibank or something else, right? They only have limited choices. But a mortgage broker typically works with wide variety of different sources. For example, Gaurav bhai, how many different places you can source loan from?
Today we have a tie with about 45 lenders.
So there you go, right there under one roof. Now let's just say if somebody is looking for a mortgage, hypothetically, would this submit 45 applications to 45 different lenders?
No, they just submit one application to me. I get them the best possible options based on what they're looking
So
for.
you see what I mean? Can you imagine if you go to like a local bank mall, and in that mall there are 45 different lenders out there, and you need to fill out application in each one of those lenders? Well, you don't have to do that. You just come to Gaurav Bhai and he can go get the best rate out of those 45 lenders. Now, your ability to access liquidity, access cash, access money is so important this year. Now, why is that? Because a lot of things are changing. So you guys know that President Trump is working on doing a lot of deregulations in the financial industry. A lot of things are changing in the crypto world. A lot of things are changing in the way Fed operates, although a lot of people don't want to get into a political conversation, but a lot is happening for real, right? Whether we agree or disagree. I mean, oftentimes people ask me, how do I play? Very simple. I don't have opinion about anything. I just play the ball that is thrown at me. As simple as that. I don't care, it's Democrats throwing the ball or Republicans throwing it. I don't get to choose, right? Whatever ball comes my way, I'm going to make my decision that day based on that ball, right? So let's not get into that part. What we can rather focus in what is happening and how can we also take advantage of it. So what will happen is there will be two types of people. Gaurav bhai, some people going to run away because they will be scared for different reasons. Could be immigration, could be related to H-1B, could be related to political biases, and so forth. And there have been, like for example, I've been meeting with clients who haven't invested since COVID because they got really scared during COVID time, and market has gone up so much that now they're hoping that there will be a big crash coming. Hey, anything can happen in this world, but now they're kind of left behind, right? So same thing can possibly happen next year as well. Some people are going to be super scared, but some people are going to prepare themselves to take advantage of opportunity. Now remember, like Warren Buffett often have said, you don't have to take a hit at every single ball. Cool thing in investing, in finance, you get to choose which ball you want to hit. Just make sure you hit the right ball. But the only way to do that is if you're very well prepared. So like Gaurav Bhai said, he has access to about 45 different lenders that can get you loans. Now, Gaurav Bhai, obviously people seek loans for different kind of properties, right? Somebody is brand new in market, they are buying their first home. You can help those people.
Yes.
What about investors? People who already have a first property and now they want to buy a second property.
Yes, there are in fact multiple loan options if you're looking for investment property. If you go to banks, the ability to buy an investment property is directly linked to your primary income. But then I have products where the ability to buy investment property is confined to the income that you can get from the property and is not limited to your income, which means that if you want to expand from 1 properties to 20 properties, you can just go ahead and do it.
Okay, so you're saying you can, depending upon what kind of property they have and what are they looking for, you have different ways to calculate the income, right? Some can be based on cash flow, some can be based on their personal income and so forth.
Right.
All right. What about different people? Obviously, some people will choose to buy properties in California, but then there are people who want to buy properties out of California. I mean, especially because of cash flow issues. I think many of you guys are familiar with that. It's very hard to build cash flow in California, right? But I see people buying properties in Texas and sometime in Northwest, or other places. How do you handle that?
So right now, so there are different types of products and different availability in different markets that are there. Today, if you were to buy, let's say, your what is called conventional loan, I can do in X number of states. There are a bunch of states that we are licensed in. But if you want to do, for example, under your LLC name, so you want to de-risk yourself from anything that happens on the property, which is a good way of doing it, we can lend it in 46 states. You don't have to be somebody living in US to get that loan. In case you're looking for a loan, you are living in US and you want to partner with somebody outside US and invest in US, we can help you there as well. And the requirements are very different, the needs are very different, and you don't have to confine yourself to only the income from India or income from US. And sometimes, we just don't look at the income. We just look at how much money you have, and you don't have to have enough monthly income to get qualified for the loans that are there.
So you see how many different options he has? And that's what I mean by working with a mortgage broker, because you might kind of know one particular type of mortgage, but that's not really the case. There's so many different products out there. And oftentimes we as buyers or maybe newbies, let's just say, in the field of borrowing money, we just don't know how many options are out there. And some of the, I see some, for example, I'll meet with a builder sometime and they're buying like thousands of acres of land and they're not even building anything on it. And I'm like scratching my head. Why would you put so much cash into it? But these people have such a creative way of financing the deals. Similarly, I see, for example, you're probably familiar in the world of finance, a lot of people are buying crypto in very interesting financing manner these days, where they're able to raise funds without actually paying much from their pocket at all. So there's just so many different financial products. I know some of this might be like, what the hell, is that really possible? Yes, it's happening in the market today.
Just to add on top of that, I have some lenders that will allow you to use your crypto assets to qualify you for the loans.
Can you believe that? I mean,
banks will.
Right? And that's what President Trump is trying to change, by the way, pretty soon, yes, that he's trying to force banks to allow you to borrow against your crypto assets as well, which is kind of cool. I don't think we really ever talked about crypto as an asset. So that itself is changing.
Itself is changing big time, especially in the last 1 year.
Like, yes, we used to really say crypto as crypto, but like it's funny how we said it, crypto asset. Like it's
yes, it's a class for a lot of lenders now.
Right. Nonetheless, the fact that banks are already looking at it as an asset and willing to lend you money on it. Now, one important point I want to bring up is that you don't want to wait until the new cycle starts in the real estate industry, because once that cycle starts, things are going to be quite different. This is the time for you to build relationships with people you can trust. This is the time to qualify. This is the time to have everything in place. Like, for example, a lot of people might not even realize that you can actually have a line of credit and not use it. It's completely fine, right? You buy the umbrella when there is no rain. You don't go out there and try to buy an umbrella when there is rain, right? You want to be prepared. For example, a lot of people talk to me about, hey, Deepak, is there a possible recession coming? I'm hearing a lot of things about unemployment. What if I lose my job? All of those things are possible, but think about it. Isn't one way to protect yourself is to have access to cash? I mean, how powerful is that?
Yeah, and in fact, you're looking at the possibility of your, fear about the crash is, you're being cautious, which is a good thing. So you don't act until something crashes, something goes up. So you get yourself prepared. And as you said, you don't have to swing every ball. You find the right ball and swing and make a swing at that right ball.
Yeah. So once again, I would strongly urge you to come to Wealth Summit, because Gaurav Bhai is going to be there the entire year. I'm sorry, not entire year, entire day.
Before entire year.
Man, doing Wealth Summit for entire year, that would be just crazy. But he will be there entire day, and you get to ask all of your questions, no matter what you're thinking. Maybe you're thinking about buying a land, maybe you're thinking about doing a construction loan, maybe you're a first-time home buyer, investment properties, commercial properties, all that kind of good stuff. We will have somebody from a commercial real estate side there as well. So, you can talk to them about what options they have, and then you can come back and talk to Gaurav Bhai about, hey, how can you...
If they have some property, I have the money.
How to finance that. So a lot of different options going to be available. He has access to 45 different lenders. That's a lot of different, and each lender typically have, 15, 20 products.
I work with banks which are very focused on some type of products. I have, non-bank lenders which work on some on residential, some on commercial residential, some on pure commercial. So there's a wide variety of things.
So a lot of different options. Please come to the Wealth Summit, talk to Gaurav Bhai, learn about how you can create liquidity in your life. In the world of finance, two of the most important concepts are your ability to have access to cash when you need it. That can have a major impact on your financial decisions in life. If you don't have access to cash when things are not that good, you're not going to be able to take advantage of an opportunity. It will just pass by you.
You want to be ready
Right.
when the competition is about to be there, not
Right.
after the competition is ready.
And the second thing is your ability to leverage your balance sheet. Balance sheet is what all the assets that you have. How can you leverage them? How can you take advantage of them? How can you structure them to create positive returns in your life, right? So we're going to talk a whole lot about all of those concepts at the Wealth Summit, and we're going to have people there who can perhaps help you figure all of this out. Because a lot of time we just don't know that many options out there. We just kind of walk away with, like, for example, I'll meet with somebody like, oh, nah, I can't get a loan. Like, I can't buy a commercial building. I can't do this. I can't. Like, these are all kind of things in our head. But in reality, we are no different than anybody else out there. All you need is access to people who can make that happen for you. If you're worried about the legal side, we will have a corporate attorney there. If you're worried about from protection side, we'll have an asset protection attorney there. You're worried about not being able to raise funds for it, we will have access to capital there. If you're worried about taxes, well, we are there. I'm going to be there. Sanjeev going to be there. So we can certainly take care of that for you. So I think you get the point. I mean, that's how we're trying to structure the Wealth Summit this year. I'm super excited about it. All the vendors are fully committed. They're already preparing for the Wealth Summit and bringing their best. And as usual, we're going to have a lot of giveaways, a lot of different prizes. And then as long as you register this month, we do have an option to get a free 2026 planner. So take advantage of that. It's already being printed right now. It should be available to us in a couple of weeks here. But it's beautiful. It's about 220 pages long. So take advantage of that, right? Unless you buy a ticket. I do have one ticket where it specifically says, hey, I don't need a planner. So I think there are some people who don't care about planning, but most of us do. And I think I use the planner, by the way, myself. When you have a planner that you can write in, where you can track your goals, you can track your habits, you can track what's happening. Like, for example, you go to Gaurav Bhai and maybe you guys talk for 10, 15 minutes and you learn something new about financing. If you don't write it down, most likely you're going to forget about it and you're never going to take action on it. So when you come to the Wealth Summit and you grab your planner, one of the things you should do is in the planner, write down his number, write down his name, and what did you learn about him? And I'm just saying that because Gaurav Bhai is sitting right next to me, but there are going to be many other people, not just the vendors, but the people sitting right next to you, people you will meet at the Wealth Summit. One of the greatest wealth all of us have is the people we know in our life. And that is one unique opportunity you get at the Wealth Summit. Some of the best people I know go to Wealth Summit. So take advantage of that. It's November 16th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., whole day long for 12 hours. Gaurav Bhai going to bring his entire team there. So you'll have, you can learn about a lot of different financing options. But Gaurav Bhai, give your phone number and your website, just in case somebody has a question about mortgage right now. How can they reach out to you?
So one is you can DM Doma on this post and we'll be able to reach you out. You can always go to my website, domaloans.com. That is DOMA loans.com. And my number is...
So domaloans.com, that's the website, and take advantage of it. If you know a friend, family member out there buying a property, maybe they're looking into doing something else, he's your guy. And like he said, how many states do you work in?
So today we are licensed in 5 states and 7 more states are upcoming. That is for only the residential where you want to live in, but if you want to invest in, I can do in 46 states.
Wow. Okay. So that's good. Just curious, what are some of the great states to invest in right now? Where are you seeing a lot of your business coming from?
So I can probably do in 2 parts. I am a real estate investor myself. I am a landlord myself. I have my properties in California and some of them in Midwest.
Okay.
Now Midwest is my dividend stocks. California is my growth stocks. There are people who are investing in southern states. There are people who are investing in Arizona. There are people who are investing in Midwest, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. It's all about finding the right value buying and figuring out what your goals are, and then going after that and saying, hey, this is where we want to do. There are a lot of people in Bay Area who do fix and flip. Right now, I think I am seeing a project almost every week, at least one, if not two, in fix and flip just in the Bay Area itself. So you can enter early and you can exit fast as well.
One of the cool thing I like about, finances in general, that you can always do dollar cost average. Now, what do I mean by that in terms of real estate? So, for example, let's say if I want to buy a property in California and I know it's going to have a good appreciation, but it's not going to have good cash flow. I think we all are sort of familiar with that story now for a while. I can always mix it with one other property somewhere else that can have a positive cash flow, perhaps not as great of a appreciation on it. Now the cash flow that I make from there can pay for my mortgage here in California, and I can balance that out. So very interesting strategy. Obviously now you have two properties instead of one, so that's good anyways. And you're more diversified than if you were just in one property. Anyhow, you get the point. I think there are a lot of different opportunities. Would you be able to bring some opportunities at the Wealth Summit? People so kind of familiar with people who are looking to invest. I know you're not into real estate yourself, but
So I do work with a lot of, quote unquote, the supply side of the things, wholesalers and the real estate agents and the builders who have the supply side. So I'll probably have some of those ideas based on, what is active in those times, because some of these markets, believe me, they move very fast. So you have something come off in the market and within a week they are gone. If you look at MLS, you'll see properties on for 2 months, 3 months, you feel that, hey, nothing is happening in real estate, but there's a lot happening in real estate.
I'm not expecting people to buy because of that list. I'm just saying, just to help people understand that, hey, look, you got a property here, but the only reason you're not able to buy it because it's not cash flow. All I'm suggesting is maybe you can solve that problem by buying something that does have
That's
cash
it.
flow, right? It's really all about solving problems. That's what I'm talking about. So there you guys, I think this was great for Gaurav Bhai to come in the office and help me understand a lot of different things. I'm glad to know that he works with 45 different vendors. I'm glad to know that he works with all kind of different loan products, and some of the customers who cannot be served by traditional bank, even those problems can be solved. Some of you guys are really worried about your assets and you want them to be in LLC, which oftentimes can run into problem with some of the other lenders as well, but he can certainly help you with that. So a lot of different options. So I think, I don't see any reason why I would not at least give him a try that, hey, look, what else can you do for me, right?
Yes.
That's all you want.
And just a fun fact. The banks, we trust banks. We a lot of times lean on the bank. I got my first mortgage from the bank. And I was surprised to see later on that the number one bank is actually ranked number 4 on the overall list of numbers. So number 1, 2, and 3 lenders in real estate in US are all non-bank.
Wow. I mean, it's kind of like, for example, Federal Reserve. It's not really federal and it's not really a bank.
Yes.
A lot of people think there's a Federal Reserve Bank. So when we talk about Federal Reserve, like I said, it's not federal and it's certainly not a bank. So anyhow, you get the point. But thank you guys. I will see you at the Wealth Summit. Please go register it on sanjeevcpa.com and I'll see you guys very, very soon.
See you.